Welcome to Fortune Cookies Tarot. I am Annabelle, a tarot practitioner for over 35 years, and this is your ultimate destination for celebrity, royal, political, pop culture readings. So today we're going to take a mystical journey into a reader request or a viewer request. Someone had asked me to do a reading on what Justin Timberlake thought of Britney's book. Now, we know there were some revelations in there that were pretty hard. We're going to sugarcoat those and not go into detail and mess up the algorithms or the human reviewers that are on YouTube. But we're going to take a look at this pop culture experience. Please remember that all of my readings are for entertainment purposes only, just like you see down in the ticker. So you can book your own private magical reading with me if you'd like at the link in the description of this video. Also, I've got another section of my class that will be starting in February. Depending on international interest, I may have to create a second section of it. Currently, I do it in the evenings, New York time. But if you are in another part of the world, I am not above getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to teach class. So class is really fun. By the end of the 12 weeks, you will be able to do readings confidently, intuitively, and inductively. Really cool stuff. I'm also partnering up with some other content creators, which I'm really excited about. Don't worry, Alicia and I will be back together for Dueling Tarot, our famous and favorite Friday night show. We will eventually be back with that. We're just on hiatus for now, but we're still friends. We still talk all the time. But I am going to partner up with some other content creators, like-minded individuals. We're going to have some fun with that and provide some new content for you guys. So let's go on over to the card view, and I'm going to use one of my wonderful Christmas presents from my wonderful husband, Mr. Greg Miller. Oh, this is our wedding cup. We have cups that a friend of ours made for us for our wedding. Really, really cool. But let's take a look at the Pulp Tarot, which Gregopedia gave me. He is so wonderful. He knows exactly what I want, even though I found a new deck that I want. So let's see. What is Justin? And I don't think this is going to be a super, super long video. So I'm just glad that you're tuned in. Please like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below. I just wasn't like really a big Britney or Justin fan back in the day. I was too busy listening to Korn and Limp Bizkit and all kinds of crazy bands. Tool. I have tickets to go see Tool in January. Gonna go see Tool. So let's see what Justin thought of the book and the revelations from within. The world in reverse. So, oh, what a jerk. He is rewriting the history on this one. He is basically saying, now the world's our last card in the major arcana, so it's the ending, the cycle is changing. His opinion is that she's, going over history, not letting history go, kind of flaming out on the celebrity that was once upon a time, which is pretty rude. That's a pretty rude assertion. He is trying to present himself. Oh, I was the good guy. She cheated on me. Like he really is doubling down on that opinion of, I was a good guy, just, whatever excuses. I was sad about it too, but there wasn't anything we could do. We weren't ready. We had to grow up and I had to move on. That's basically what he's saying behind closed doors. Page of Pentacles. He really is trying to say, oh, the powers that be really put us in that position with that Tower card in the shadow shadow self space. And the Page of Pentacles up top, he's really saying our careers were so much more important at the time. We really were trying to create legacy for ourselves. So having that disruption would have been cataclysmic, would not have been in alignment with their professional goals or their goals that were being set before them by management for longevity of the career. So that's kind of jerky. Secretly, let's do shadow self reading. It's one of the reasons I wanted to bring out this Pulp Tarot. Shadow self. How does he really feel? How does he really feel on the inside? Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. My exclusive psychic impressions and downloads. Do your own research. How's he really feeling on the inside? Not the PR, because I'm getting a lot of PR here. That reading was like a lot of defensive stuff, defending himself to persons around him, people that didn't know what happened. Yeah, he's afraid that this is going to stick and that he will continually have to defend himself for the actions that were taken when they were young. He's afraid this is going to interrupt his career and the way that people see him. Specifically, like the younger generation. He's concerned about the generations that are going to be interested in him in the future. He's a little bit afraid that this is going to have a very negative connotation, similar to the way that Michael Jackson is affected by future generations by the allegations that had been made against him and the settlements that he had paid out. It really like this is almost like a stain. Like Robert Blake had the same problem after Bonnie Lee Bakley passed away, was removed from the earth plane. He never really recovered from that. Everybody kind of looked at him a little bit different. Not quite as bad as the O.J. Simpson thing, but Justin's a little bit worried that this is something that's going to affect his legacy and affect the way people are going to look at him. Because, like, let's, honest truth, like nobody's really clamoring for R. Kelly right now because he's in trouble. But Two of Pentacles, he needs to create a different pathway, a different level of respect for people to see his work and appreciate his work. And that Knight of Swords, he's chomping at the bit to get his opinion out there. Really, really wants to have a lot to say. So what is the best course of action for him to not have all this negative stuff happen to him that he's afraid of, that he's staying up at night? What is his best course of action? What should he do? What should he do to preserve his reputation as it is? So just keep on keeping on. Like one of the things is that, there were rumblings not long ago, a few years ago, maybe 10 years ago, that he was a little bit of a runaround on his current wife, Jessica Biel, who I think is adorable. Love her. I loved her wedding dress, by the way. She had it dip dyed blue, pink, and it was absolutely so gorgeous. He needs to double down on the I'm a good family man. He really shouldn't explain what was going on. It suffices to say, well, the time wasn't right. It just wasn't right for us at the time. We were really young and we weren't ready. But I did get ready. I got ready and I did the right thing by my family. And I continue to do the right thing now. We all make mistakes when we're young. That's really his best course of action. So how did this affect his relationship with his wife? Did it even have any effect? Nah. I think he made some overture just to kind of keep things cool. I think, some flowers or piece of jewelry or something, some chocolates. standard fare. But I think he did make some additional efforts to just kind of put her at ease. And not that I don't think she cares. I really don't think Jessica Biel cares. It's this is something that's so long gone that just really doesn't make a difference. So yeah, so that's about it. So I think, secretly, viewer that asked for this, secretly, I think he is a little bit worried about how it will affect his career moving forward and his longevity and the likability of him for future generations. I think he's a little bit worried about that. But the reality is, I think this is kind of a blip. I don't think it's really going to make a difference. I think everybody kind of understands that they were very young, and it would have been somewhat disruptive if they had pursued that particular life path. So I'm not saying it was right or wrong, but I think moving on is moving on. But he does think that Britney's kind of cleaving to this and like hanging on to things of her youth and kind of reliving. It was the juicy tidbit in the book, and I think he kind of feels like maybe she used that to get a little bit more on the book. So it is what it is. I hope she's doing okay. Well, we already did a 12-month on her, so I may do a 12-month on Justin, but maybe not. All right, guys, have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this. Again, like, share, and subscribe. And if you want a reading,